Hey everyone, major announcement heading your way. Please don't skip ahead. I really want as many people as possible to hear this. In July of this year, we will be launching our first ever Kickstarter for the Titans of Alterra World Book. It's so exciting. I can't wait. It's basically a setting book. It's going to include lore and mechanics regarding the golems and how they work and operate. There will also be a whole list of tons of monsters, titans that the golems can do battle with. And in order for the World Book and the Kickstarter to really be something special, I need your input. I've included a form for everyone to fill out to help me understand what you're hoping to see in the World Book and what kind of rewards you'd like to receive in the Kickstarter. So if you could, please take a moment, even if it's while listening to this episode, to go follow that form, fill it out, give me your feedback. I can't wait to hear from you. Even if you're not intending to purchase the World Book or back the Kickstarter, I'd love your feedback. Okay, big announcement over. Without further ado, let's hear what happened last time on the Titans of Alterra.
If I thought that Orung was going to be a good leader, I don't care who I report to at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I care about doing what's right and helping people. We have Dalfin's report of them being in league with at least one Titan. Orung is not what he appears to be. He is not just an orc leader. There is something more sinister happening.
If Orung conquers the north, he's just going to keep going. I think that we, as the Shadowbringers, have a duty to protect the world.
Hey, Archie. Boy, what are your thoughts?
Save some power.
You got it.
My guess is that they'll save some of their bigger tricks for
You think they might have more Titans?
They could. We have us.
All right, sounds good.
So Winnie does the lock and load motion with her fist and she goes, "Let's do this."
Hello everyone and welcome to the Titans of Alterra, a 5th edition actual play podcast for gamers of all ages. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joe.
Dalfin.
Winnie.
Relnor.
All right, everybody. The war is ongoing, and we're going to jump back into it with Dalfin, who is in the skies, having just,
I am careening down at a Orung.
Yeah, you're careening down at Orung, who has landed amidst a bunch of Yor-Erden. Mm-hmm. He used his magical gun thing
What a cheap little
to
gimmick.
blast all the people on the ground in front of him.
Hand cannon.
You think that would just like blow his hand off, but no, is it?
No, that's not how magic works, buddy.
That's not how magic
You'd think
works.
being inside a giant stone structure would crush you.
Magic is not
Yeah.
subject to physics.
So,
It's magic.
It's magic.
it's your turn, buddy. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna barrel down on him and I'm gonna attack him with my talons.
Okay, do it.
I will.
I dare you.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Wait, what'd you roll just for stats?
I rolled a 13.
All right.
And I rolled a 17.
How many luck points do you have?
Let's take a look here. Because I had a long rest. I don't know if I'd used any since.
You guys long rested before the war really began.
That was my first luck point I've used this war so far.
Okay,
I'm fairly
cool.
certain.
Cool.
Way to budget. I'm proud of you.
That's a 26 to AC.
You hit him.
And I'm going to, the damage will be 18 damage
Okay,
on top of all the other damage I've done to him so far.
I got you.
And he's now grappled, and I will fly straight up. How far away was I from him when I started?
I gave him about 60 feet's worth of fall damage, or at least that's what I had initially rolled with it before
Yeah.
he
I was probably about that high up.
stopped it. So, let's say that.
That means I fly 30 feet up.
So you're okay. So you
I'm flying up!
I go up as far as I can.
Yeah, as far as I can.
you swoop down and snatch him again, and as you are swinging up into the air, you just hear him shout in frustration.
And I giggled to myself.
We want to hear the shout, Josh. Yeah.
What does a cock giggling sound like?
All right, Joan, you're up.
Never, ever again.
I want that as my ringtone.
So he's in the air, right? Orung is?
Yeah, with Dalfin.
Okay.
He's still in the
And you've got several giant scorpions mounted by orcs around you and your riders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're stirred and are not having the greatest time dealing with them.
Then I'm going to spend an action transforming.
Okay, so you're gonna transform.
Yeah.
All right, so you assume the defender form, and the goat head
And I assume
flattens,
it's awesome.
and then the sides of the neck split off, and kind of not tearing, but the head itself kind of splits in half, turning into two large half shields on either arm, as a head comes up and a little helmet kind of stone kind of crashes on top, like kind of turns on top of the head, and two blue lights eyes shine out from the face,
shiny eyes.
and you're now in a humanoid form with goat legs and two arms with big giant shields.
Epic Mr. Tumnus.
Yes, epic Mr. Tumnus. This is War Tumnus.
Do my spirit points change as defender from goat?
No.
Okay, that's my action.
Okay.
Is everyone impressed?
Oh, so impressed. If I would see it. I don't think I saw it yet.
You don't know
But I
if
will
Winnie
be.
is
You won't
impressed
recognize
yet.
me.
I mean, you got a pretty good feel of this giant golem with glowing blue streaks cutting
Where'd
through
Joe's
its
goat go?
stone.
Hey, what's that thing with goat heads on its hands?
And it's now Orung's turn, and he's
Try.
actually going, his roar is gonna start going deeper, and Dalfin, roll me a perception check.
What? Okay.
Perception?
Roll, Reggie.
Perception.
Oh, actually, question for you, Josh. Is this a perception check that relies on sight?
Yes.
Then I have advantage.
Oh, snap.
Is that because of something Josh gave you or something you picked on yourself?
Huh? No, keen eyesight is what I have. Yeah. So I'm glad I have
very
advantage because
hawkish.
I rolled a 2.
With advantage?
Yeah, no, that was my first roll.
Okay. I was like, that's what you're left with?
Remember how we talked about rolling physical dice, Ricky?
I don't have them out right now.
Yeah, and we're paying the
10.
price for it.
Not great.
All right. You don't really notice anything, but there does seem to be a drag as you're just flying upwards.
Is he
And
pushing against my flight?
You're not sure what it is, but you're starting to feel like he's heavier than you
Okay.
were anticipating. Yeah, but you don't take the time to look down.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
And
gas?
Relnor, it is your turn, buddy.
I like how you said
you
his
are
name like he says his
you
name.
are you were just surging the troops forward after defeating a really big guy at the front lines, and now there is a claw snapping, shell crackling, ridden by an orc giant scorpion in front of you.
Gross.
And it's not like in front of you. It's not like 5 feet in front of you. It's like a little ways in front of you, but
Okay.
it's bearing down.
So he's not in stinger range right now.
No.
I want to shoot the orc riding it.
Okay. It's a smart move. It's definitely in range.
Pew, pew.
Wait, question. Sorry. Should I have used the hawk's wisdom or my wisdom?
Your wisdom.
Then I would have gotten a 12. Does that matter?
No.
Okay, cool.
Then I would have gotten a 10 and a half. Does that matter?
Yeah, when you're like operating the golem,
Yeah.
you use your
Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
yes.
Okay, but not constitution, dexterity, or strength.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
You have all the benefit.
The stone doesn't have intelligence, unfortunately.
Neither do I.
Although Archie would, so it's worth asking. Oh.
So I'm going to attack him with my hand crossbow
with sharpshooter.
Do it.
with sharpshooter.
Oh, called it.
It's like you know him or something.
18 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Bam.
Okay.
Definitely.
Definitely. Ooh.
16 damage.
16 damage.
Yeah.
All right, so you knock this orc flat off of the scorpion.
Woo.
And the scorpion
Eats him.
just kind of starts going crazy and attacking all of the orcs around it. So it just kind of
Oh.
It's not very well trained.
Really?
riderless without someone kind of steering it. It just starts just attacking whatever it sees. And so it's still kind of heading your direction, quote unquote, but
Okay.
it's having a good time.
Just chopping and poking.
He's having a good
Is
Having a good time. Having a good time.
Scorpion running through the sand with his
On a
pincers.
collision course.
click, 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 click.
I'm out of control.
Picturing the beat with the
They're like maracas, but
Ready
they're
to explode like an atom
scorpion
bomb.
claws. So the scorpion, is it moving towards any of our troops, or is it mostly still in the orcs?
It will be to your. It'll probably get to your troops within a turn. So by the end of your next turn, it will be on top of you guys.
Ride it.
Oh my
The little,
god!
the little dolphin on your
Let's
shoulder.
do it.
The little dolphin on your shoulder
Ride
says,
it.
I should ride that scorpion.
Josh, how far away? How
It's
far away from the scorpion am I?
30 feet.
Ooh, I am 30 feet away, eh?
Yeah, before your next turn, it would have been on top of you,
Away.
but because it's riderless, it's not moving as quickly.
Okay.
Ow.
So I am going to run. I'm going to use my movement. I'm going to run basically right behind it so that I am now on the other side of it from my troops.
Okay, that would be probably 35 feet.
Okay. It's a big old scorpion.
Like you're 30 feet to the scorpion,
Ah, okay.
not 30 feet to the behind the scorpion.
Okay. I'm going to run towards it.
Yep, we got that far.
Poor Eric today.
I'm going to run towards it and I'm going to
Establish the running.
I'm going to use my bonus action to attack it
There it is.
Okay,
with sharpshooter.
I'm gonna kill Dolphin.
17 to hit.
17 is a hit.
Wow. I'm impressed. Loudly impressed.
Apparently,
18 damage.
Wow.
18 damage.
18
They came out
damage.
much.
Okay.
Sometimes my expressions are louder than I. think
All right,
they're gonna be.
Relnor,
You know what
you
happens.
after popping the rider off of the mount,
Pop, pop.
you rush past your Secret Service into the melee of the war up to the
Frantic scorpion.
frantic scorpion. And are you getting right on top of it?
I'm getting a little bit to one side.
How much feet are you keeping between you and the scorpion? 10, 15, 20, 25,
30. You didn't run at all.
30. Yeah, 30 would be your stay in the same place.
Probably,
Back to the drawing board.
I'm probably 10 feet to the side of it.
Okay, 10 feet to the side of it. Cool. So you rush past your Secret Service just to a bit of an angle of the scorpion. You fire through the melee, and your arrow hits the scorpion kind of right in the, like, where it's like eyes and face meet its shell and torso.
You know scorpions so well.
Yeah.
Tell us more about scorpion stories.
Look, we don't have scorpions in Nebraska.
That's true. Thank God.
And I'm rolling
Or Missouri.
I'm rolling a perception check for it
Okay.
to see if it notices
Or
that
Minnesota.
where the attack came from.
Good.
I just threw them because there's plenty of people trying to fight this thing off.
Yeah.
Definitely notices you, and
Perfect.
you see the shape of the scorpion just kind of
oh, good noise.
to face you.
Excellent.
noise
Because
because of feet.
next turn, when I move behind it and shoot it again, it'll now be facing the orcs.
Way to give away your plan of attack.
Okay,
I mean, Josh is going to like destroy me next round
That's fine,
anyways,
Val.
so
You've
I want
got
to
a
get
good
that
point.
out there.
I
before
will
die.
pincer you in half. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
I pinch.
I pinch.
Why no pinch?
I pinch and I clamp and I sting. I sting.
What is this from?
well, he's thinking of something else. I mean,
Oh.
we're doing different things, even though it's the same voice.
Oh, good.
Winnie,
Yes.
you and the 15 orcs with you, which include, I'm sorry, you, Bordeaux, and the 15 orcs from the well accompanying you, are approaching the battle. Now, at this point in the battle, it is less a straight line of combat, and it's more just zones of combat.
Yeah.
There's much more space between each encounter. There's less like clumped up people fighting. It's more just there are places throughout this giant field that's kind of spread out in a sense.
Okay.
You're kind of leading the way a little bit. Bordeaux's giving you deference,
Okay.
but he kind of, as you guys are like approaching, he says, "What should we do?"
All right. You ready for this, Josh?
I'm ready.
It's born, right?
As we're running, I turn over my shoulder and I go, Bordeaux, hoist me up.
And he lifts you up above his head.
Yes. Can I sit on his shoulders?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted you to do. I didn't say but that's what I wanted you to do. I'm
I've
so
been
excited.
waiting since our last recording to do that. I'm like, I want to be on Mordu's shoulders. All right, so now I can see.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I was gonna get trampled.
Gotcha.
And do I see a large stone something?
You see 2. So, in the midst of the battle, kind of like a quarter in or whatever, like just a little deeper in, not like in the middle of it, but close enough, you see a giant humanoid stone golem that's got these 2 massive shields that's kind of causing a bit of a ruckus.
Okay.
Where it's at. It's standing at about 40 feet high. And then above that, there's a little further in the distance, you see a winged golem that's flying into the sky away from
Is
the
he
battle.
carrying something?
Yes.
It carrying
Yes.
something?
Golem
Okay,
in the sky.
What are
And
the
roll me a perception check.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten my die out. That's really bad.
Oh.
I've got Oron.
Can't see anything.
I rolled low.
And I don't know where is Aura. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, did he like substitute jutsu his way out?
Okay,
Of there?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay. You see this flying golem stretching into the sky, and there's these several streaks of sand that seem to be like flowing up from the ground to the base of this winged golem.
Okay. How far are we from the fighting right now? We're still
You're-
running towards it, right?
What's your movement speed? Or his movement speed is like 30. So you guys are probably about 60 feet away from the
Okay.
the battle.
So I can see the defender.
Yes.
Can I see the goat? You said I could see the shields. Can I tell they're goat heads?
I mean,
Should I roll for that
here's
too?
what I'll say. The color of the stone, the glowing
Okay.
marks, and like the fact that it's got that blue glowing sense, and it's very clearly fighting the orcs.
Yeah.
You could probably guess it's, if not Joan, something related to Joan.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use sending and send Joan and talk to Joan.
Talk to me.
Through my head, Galadriel style, but less scary. And all right, I send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which I am familiar. Oh, I guess I don't have to be able to see him. So I asked you all those questions, and it doesn't matter. Well, I guess I needed to know it was Joan. All right, I'm explaining this to myself.
Okay.
Sorry. So I'm gonna send a message to Joan, and I'm gonna say, Joan, what are you? Oh, hi, it's Winnie.
Is sending the one that I can
Wait, hang on,
respond through?
Joan. What?
You definitely stayed under 20.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
right.
but I'm not done yet.
Oh,
You should make it a haiku.
I can't think that might be that well.
First we have limericks, now we have haikus. This is a very poetic podcast.
It really is.
Or just a low coup would be
And then
fine.
I'm going to say, wait, where's Dalphin?
Thank you.
Okay.
Making dumb
And
jokes in
Railnor.
the sky.
Thanks. I'm glad I am the afterthought.
Oh yeah, and Reldar. Okay, Joan,
about
I just
40
realized I
feet
probably can't find you.
you get a chance to respond.
I say, I'm glad you're back. Dalphin is in the sky. Relnor is over there somewhere. And you see one of the goat shields
Gesture.
gesture toward Relnor's
So
direction.
level-headed. I love it.
Okay. Anything else?
I mean, that's my action.
Okay.
So that's that.
All right. The orcs
Oh, wait, I guess I'm going to go, Ordu, and point past his head towards Relnor.
and the orcs are going to basically double move. So by the end of this turn, you're in the melee.
Okay, sweet.
So and you're kind of breaking your way through. Are you looking for Relnor?
Yeah, we're beelining for Relnor first.
Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go back into the sky. Dalphin, before you do anything, you do hear a voice. Dalphin, something's wrong.
Yeah, I've got to get something that.
Oh, what do you do?
I don't know.
You can only move a quarter speed at this point, by the way.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Did Oran go?
He did go.
You just didn't tell us what he did?
I
You sneaky,
had
sneaky
you
man.
roll a
Oh, that's right.
perception
okay.
check.
I'm going to look down as I'm flying up. I'm going to look down.
Okay. Orung is obscured by loads and loads of sand and stone that are covering his body, and you kind of can even see that they're almost like merging with his body, and the stone gun is growing in size, and the magical light from it is almost like pieces are moving and kind of spinning around each other and getting larger. Yeah.
I may not have much time to do anything else. I'm moving at quarter speed now.
Uh-huh.
A quarter of my full speed or a quarter of my half speed from
Half of your half
gravel?
speed.
Half of my half?
Yeah, which would technically be
true quarter of your
A quarter of my full speed. Okay.
Yes, sir. 15.
I've heard it both
No,
ways.
a quarter's 25.
30.
120, guys. 30. Yeah. 30.
Yeah.
Oh, not percent,
took
but
me a minute.
total. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Got it.
We're catching up.
So
Math.
I am going to dash, which means 60 feet.
Yep.
And I'm going to... Is that right? Yes. Yes, it is right.
Yep. You use your action to
I'm
move
going to dash, but I'm also
twice.
going to do a kind of corkscrew action to try and like
Barrel
shake some
roll?
of that gravel
You barrel roll?
or sand that seems to be fusing with him.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a spinning dash motion into that's far to the sky.
Okay.
So he's now 90 feet in the air.
Yep.
Two
And
movements.
Joan,
Me.
you're up. There's a group of orcs that are making their way kind of behind you
Perfect. I am...
that are in glowing armor, and you see a little Winnie on top of them pointing into the fray.
with also glowing armor, which is cool.
I just been picturing going ah.
Yeah, I'm hanging off his shoulder like
He's,
Rocket
like,
in War Machine.
swinging his sword left and right, and just like
Doesn't he have like a little tiny like braid or
Rocket
like
and Groot.
Yeah, he does.
like, so you're like holding onto that?
I'm holding onto his armor like,
okay.
like he's Groot and I'm Rocket.
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
yes, I like that.
I would like to multi-attack in defender form, so that's 2 slams.
Go for it.
Okay. That would be 23.
You
Okay.
hit everything.
That's a legit slam. So
That's a grand slam.
Welcome to the jam.
talk to me again. What does the slam do?
Each
Eric
creature
doesn't like
that is huge or smaller must make a DC 20 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
And what's the DC?
They super fail. Like what single digit
Like
numbers?
crit? No.
That would be 20 damage.
Holy crud.
Okay, so and is that the first one or is
That's
it,
just the first one.
okay? Please give me the second one.
If they die, they also fall prone.
How many
That would be a natural 20.
Oh
Oh my god!
my god! How many spirit points did that cost you?
Oh, wait.
2.
That was
Multi-attack.
20. That was 26 bludgeoning damage the first time. I forgot to add the 6.
Okay,
Sorry.
you're all right.
Do I roll double damage this
You
time?
do double dice.
Surprise, he's
How
still
many d6s
dead.
is that?
That's 8.
Multi-attack is 2 spirit points, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, if she's using spirit points, this is a good use of spirit points.
Yes.
She's bringing it down.
Are you looking for another?
You have modulated that entire army.
The most common of the dice.
I see a couple 5s.
Oh
a
my
6.
gosh.
24.
Oh, that's so many d6s.
29, 30, 37, and then just plus once.
Huh?
The plus 6,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
once. So 43.
Yeah, they're orc paste.
So
there's not even bones. They're just
so
mush.
here's what happens.
It's just dust.
Here's what happens. Joan is in this goat form. Is there, just to help me out here, what direction do you want to aim these attacks?
So we came in kind of from the side/back.
Yep, from the west.
I am attacking forward to lessen the force that's going to our front lines.
to each other.
Okay, so you're going straight back into the orc forces.
Into their back line.
So she's coming from behind.
I'm coming
Behind
from
them.
behind.
Okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that the line is not as strong.
You use your movement to kind of get further behind the enemy lines, and then turn and slam. I'm going to say you kind of face directly east, kind of against the line of the whole thing, and with each arm you kind of slam on either side of you, and causing a shockwave of just power as the whole kind of earth shakes around you, and orcs and just the whole place just kind of flattens around you.
Cool.
And the entire battlefield hears this just shockwave.
From far away, you hear,
And then I go, Erden True.
All right, and then
Yeah.
over to the just kind of like flattened earth, a whole host of Erden, and
Sturden.
well, with the
Wait.
with the Sturden at the front, crash past you, into the enemy line and start to actually just completely overtake this side of the battlefield.
That's so epic. Oh my gosh, that was cool.
I know.
That natural 20 was sweet.
Yeah, that helped.
Dalphin,
Yes, sir.
underneath you, a creature is forming.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I don't like it. Thanks. I hate it.
And as a bonus action, Orang, now the Fell Titan, is going to enter its Forsaken Rage.
Oh, Snapper, great. Wait, what? He's got a Titan too? He got a Golem? Wait, what Titan? Did you say Titan Golem?
He is a Titan.
Titan.
Okay, that's okay. That's better.
As a bonus action,
Was that better?
I thought he was a Golem. I was gonna
he
be
can
like,
enter
oh,
a
shit.
rage at the start of his turn. The rage lasts for 1 minute or until the Titan is incapacitated.
Okay, dope.
In this rage form, he's gonna
Attack me?
charge his Fellhammer.
So did it grow with him, or is it like inside?
It
of
grew with him.
Oh wow! Like Stark's name.
You need to roll a DC 19 Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, dope smoke. Wait, so you said what I need to get?
You need to roll a DC 19 Dexterity
19?
saving throw.
I got a 12.
Okay, so you're gonna take the full brunt of his Fellhammer.
Okay, he's becoming like a stone titan. That's why I thought he was becoming a golem for a second. I thought maybe he had his own golem, and I was gonna be like, oh snap!
Okay,
Everything I know is wrong.
everything I know about the world is wrong.
Oh.
So the Titan makes much more sense. Titans are still bad, Golems are still good. Everything makes sense still.
Please keep it black and white for the listeners at home and for Ricky.
And for me. I can't live in a world that's not black and white.
Okay,
The DM is rolling a lot of quiet dice.
you
over there.
take
I know.
55
That's
damage
not so bad.
as the blast of his Fellhammer just crashes into you from directly underneath.
Does that push us up further?
No.
Dang it.
It does not.
a lot of force. I'm just saying.
He's not pushing down though. If anything, it would push you guys towards the ground. But I'm not going to have it do that because it's like a cannon firing from above.
Yes, but it's
him.
it's pushing me. So if anything, it neutralizes.
Yeah, that nothing happens movement wise.
Yeah.
So you just get blasted
In
head
the
on.
butts.
Yeah, by
Ow.
this giant thing, and you just hear a.
I go, oh no.
And you can see he's really doesn't have a neck anymore. It's kind of just like a head with two big arms and a big arm on one side. And
On one side. It's like that guy from Lady in the Water.
Relnor, you hear a concussive blast come from
My
your
rear end.
your right first, and you can see off in the distance
Okay.
Joan has transformed into something even bigger and has just wrecked that side of the battlefield. But right after that, you hear another concussive blast in the sky, almost like thunder, but there's no clouds overhead, and you can see that Dalphin is now carrying something that's almost the same size as him and barely gaining any altitude. Also, there's a scorpion in your face.
Oh yes, don't forget.
Not on your face, just in your face.
Man.
the scorpion.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think about how I can do it. I'm trying to think about how I can do that.
Jump on its head.
Ask your DM.
It does have a saddle.
It does have a saddle.
Yeah, it's got reins to like its face thing.
It's face hole.
I definitely put a lot of thought into
It's got
this.
reins in its nose. It's got a nose, right? No? Okay. never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at it and try to jump up into
You
the
sure
saddle.
don't want to read your phone?
Okay,
20 minutes.
let's do a acrobatics check.
Are you acrobatic?
Yeah, that's dexterity, bro.
Oh boy,
Did your phone give you a 20?
19
Oh, hey! Good job,
with 25.
So, Relnor, you rush toward the giant scorpion. As you leap on top of it, it is going to try and snap at you.
Sure.
Just as a, what would you call that? Attack of opportunity. That is
phone. Chills or shivers.
Yeah, the
10. Does a 10?
So cute.
Does a 10 get you?
No, it does
No.
not.
So as you leap above it, one of its claws just kind of snaps at the air from where you passed, and you land on top of the saddle, and the reins are right there.
Okay.
So you can grab the reins.
I will grab the reins and we're gonna rain down claws and stingers on these orcs.
Roll me
Wheel,
one
right?
animal handling.
One animal. Okay, yeah, because that's something I spec'd into.
Bet you're not
You know, all
ranger.
those animals on the open ocean.
Dude, you've had zero practice scorpion riding.
I mean,
There's
that's
crabs
true.
and
You're definitely not
sharks.
proficient at this.
But you're on it.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You got this.
8. Oh, that's not good.
Okay, so you get on it and you're feeling really confident, and then it just kind of keeps doing its own thing, and you're having a really hard time.
Perfect.
All right, Winnie. You guys are in the battle, and you're just close enough now. In the distance, a good ways off, you can see Relnor on top of a scorpion, flailing, just like having no control of it.
Okay, when
But
you go.
he's a good ways off.
I imagine it's kind of like a rodeo, kind of. You know,
Yeah,
like, kind
yeah.
of like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. And the battlefield has somewhat cleared since Jones smack.
No, really?
yeah.
It was called a double slam.
Your double slam, yeah,
I like
yeah.
grand slam.
Yeah,
So many
yeah.
lives.
Three, though.
It was
No.
amazing.
I don't know. That's the grandest slam. I don't know. Okay, so she sees Relnor on the back of the scorpion and she goes, "What on earth?" And how far are we from like directly under Relnor and Mr. Or Titan Oron?
It's probably you'll probably have to full sprint like 2 more times before you get to
Okay, so we're pretty far.
yeah. But there's a lot of battle happening, and I will say that there's also another scorpion.
Yeah, that was my thought. Was maybe take out the.
Did they
nearest
come in
scorpion.
on the opposite side of like where Joan was, essentially?
They came in on the same side Joan was.
Oh, okay, cool.
coming up behind the Sturden?
from the west.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm up on Bordu's shoulder, and I'm
Yes.
gonna pull out the wand of fireballs that I've previously forgotten about.
Yes.
Heyo.
When he had some travel time to rummage around in her pouch.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna point not in front of us, but sort of like off to the side towards the orc side of things.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, I'm using sculpt spells if I can, so the allies don't, because I have that as a feature. It's maybe not a feature, but yeah, I have sculpt spells now, so hopefully I won't burn anybody that's on my side. And I think, yeah, each creature in a 20-foot radius must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It's like a ray of fire.
It hits the
cone?
ground, and a bright streak flashes, and it blossoms into a low roar in an explosion of flame. So it's a 20-foot radius circle where it lands.
Oh, you just
Okay.
dropped some
Well,
bombs.
I critically failed.
Yikes.
So go ahead and roll that damage twice.
Wait, so if you critically failed, did somebody have gasoline on them or something?
See, I think they just.
You hit their oil bearers?
I think they were
Oh,
in
there's
just.
the oil orc.
Here's the deal: these guys are so in shock at the giant monster battles happening around them that they are paying no attention.
and their leader's been missing for the majority of the fight.
Yeah. So how many dice are you rolling here, Winnie?
8d6.
Okay. Gosh,
I know. I'm trying to be as cool as Joan over here, man.
you
That's
are.
pretty cool.
Hear that?
that's what
Hear
I
that,
rolled.
fans?
You're raining
That's
down
46s.
bombs.
Excuse
from
me,
atop
I'm
a giant
half riding
orc.
a giant scorpion. So.
All
I'm
right.
half riding. I'm being taken for a ride by
Yeah,
a giant
pretty much.
scorpion.
29.
29.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you blast this fireball into just a melee of orcs, a whole 20-foot range of
A blob.
of orcs.
You aim for the scorpion.
And none of them succeed, and you see all of them just blown away by this fiery
so
explosion.
cool.
Woo!
So now the orcs are starting to on the western edge. The battle's almost like done. Like you guys have pretty much pushed them back super hard.
Bye-bye.
However, you start to hear a
Oh no.
clang and a stomp coming further south,
Okay.
and behind the kind of fleeing orcs, there's another group of orcs
Are they wearing armor?
that are wearing armor.
Dang it!
And just kind of super organized, moving in and wearing iron armor, and they're just kind of now bearing down on the Erden forces that are surging forward.
Great.
Dalphin,
What's up, man?
you're up. You pretty much are just holding air at this point. Yeah, you're not really gaining any more altitude.
Okay. Oh, it's heavy. Okay.
Dalphin,
Yeah. Should I drop it?
yes.
Okay. I let go.
And it's just kind of like this there's this almost like pause moment, where you like open your talons, and then there's just this whoosh of air as this thing just starts to plummet.
And I'm going to follow it, plant my claws on it, and I'm gonna run it into the ground.
Oh, you want to push it even
I
faster?
want to smash him.
Okay. I'm
I like that.
I'm down with that.
Smash.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let that just all happen this turn.
Okay.
And
I've been waiting to
so
say that.
You grab it and just push me in faster.
90 feet.
90 feet, and I'm gonna actually double it because of the force of your push behind him.
Because I want to make sure he hits hard. I don't want none of this pulling out his fancy little gun bullcrap.
Okay. So let me make sure I got
None of that.
He takes 60 damage,
Oh,
and you take 30.
which is actually 5.
Yes.
Yeah, because of slow fall.
But it's 30 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Slow fall. Is that on your golem or you?
That's me.
Oh, that's your monkiness.
That's my own skill. My own monk skill.
It's a great skill.
Yeah, it is.
I also don't want to leave him to run amok behind enemy lines. Like, I'm trying to stay on
So
him.
about 90 feet in the air, you let him go, and you just hear this kind of as he just starts to drop, and your hawk form just slims and careens down really fast.
Oh, yeah.
You put your talons on either side of just the bulk of this mass, and just start whooshing yourself to like
Is there like a shockwave from the sonic boom
push
that I
it
create?
faster. The shockwave comes once it hits the ground,
Okay.
almost like a meteorite.
Yes.
And a crater is formed. Now, unfortunately, you are still on the Erden side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But like I said,
Doing the best I can right now.
The battle has started to spread out and is not as dense as it was
Mm-hmm.
at first. So you create this crater kind of around you guys that it's good. I'm going to say it's about 30 feet in diameter.
So hopefully the people that I didn't kill with that have been pushed away by the shockwave.
yeah, hopefully.
Ricky, so you don't want him to Orung amok?
You were waiting so long for that because you were
Wow.
staring me down for about
Wow.
a minute and a half waiting for that line.
Yeah, he's got Eric's
Was
over
it
here.
worth it?
Eric's over here, like
Yes.
he's got the Rain Man like mathematical symbols going on in his head, letters moving together and forming sentences.
Well, I got to make sure I say it right as opposed to all the other times
I
where
imagine
I
in his
double
head it's
up
like
the-
Sherlock Holmes from the movie. It's like, then I'll enter with this pun, and then blah, 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 blah.
And everyone will laugh.
And then everyone will laugh. Then he executes it. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
All right,
That was good, man. That was good.
No, everyone will laugh. Everyone on the pod, everyone who's listening is
All
probably
right, so I
laughing.
cratered him. He took 60-some damage,
Yes, bludgeoning damage. Yeah,
which means it was like probably less
from the
because
earth.
he's probably
So.
resistant to that.
It is now Joan's turn.
I am worried about my spirit point, Stretchy. So
Yep.
I.
That's fair.
Where are these new orcs in relation to me?
Pretty close to you, actually. You're probably closer than anybody to them.
I would like to create kind of like a obstacle / like barricade.
I enjoyed your emphasis on that.
Okay,
Thank you for my Sturden.
gotcha. So what are you thinking? Like you're gonna make yourself like a barricade,
Yeah.
and how do you want to do that?
I would like to use my like shield-like thing.
Yeah, your shields.
Yeah, and make kind of like a circle so that they
Ooh.
can be within my. I'm gonna hunker down on like my knees,
Okay,
so I'm lower to the ground.
and you kind of usher for all of them to come in close to you.
so that they can like have a safe haven if they need it.
Okay.
Does that make
As
sense?
the orcs kind of start to like get real close,
Yeah, so that they can like strategize.
I'm gonna say you can probably get about, maybe 15 kind of in your.
Is this stupid? Am I coming up with a stupid idea?
No.
No,
There's no stupid.
Do any of them have bows?
no, I don't think it's a stupid
I
idea
don't
at all.
think they're bow.
That's
I don't think they're
okay.
archers.
Yeah.
I think
Still
you're
stabby.
you're doing a really job trying to be helpful and preserve spirit points.
I think it's a great
rallying.
idea. Kels.
You're rallying them.
Yeah,
Yup.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you have to get creative when you're trying to use spirit points.
And
That's
your
hard.
your
Plus, you're
forces
being
are
a defender without
you
any
guys
spirit
wouldn't
points.
understand.
your forces are.
People don't understand what it's like, Josh. You don't understand what it's like.
You don't realize what burden
it,
you've
Kelsey.
thrust
I get
upon
it.
me.
I have
When I
spells.
get
You
my
realize
flamingo.
the bird did.
When you get
It's
your
like,
flamingo.
I've been
When I
teaching
get
them
my
math
flamingo.
and arithmetic.
They are using
language.
They're using it to help with their strategy now.
There you go.
If they
And it is
survive
a-
this, they're gonna have a great economy.
And I will
Yes,
say,
they will.
kind of at the end of your turn, you've got this kind of safe area that you've built for them, and the orcs that are armored in this kind of iron armor, they start to kind of move around you almost like so. They're some of them are trying to attack you. You can kind of feel the attacks hitting your golem, but there's no
luck,
room for them.
dudes.
There's no room for them to really break through. Any that do, the kind of the different Erden that are on their feet within there, because I'm going to say you've probably got about 15, 20 Sturden, and then there are some Yoro and a few Fire Erden
Cool.
that are within your your little pocket that you've made in the battlefield, and the ones on
any Erden are welcome here.
yeah, the ones on foot are able to kind of keep the orcs out from the little
Yes.
gaps that
Yes.
are that they're able to
It's
kind
probably
of
a nice funnel, actually.
crawl through. Yeah. So
So they can focus their attacks in one
so yeah,
spot.
so and you're getting attacked by different ones on the outside, but for the most part, you kind of end up being just a little almost a little rocky
Yep.
hill
Yep.
in the middle of a sea of
Yep.
ironclad
You
orcs.
finally built your hill.
I built a hill.
And
He said there were no hills.
now, Delphin, you're on top of a form that is mostly the same size
That's
as you,
my-
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
as it
I don't feel stoked about my situation.
as it's now merged with the earth, you see a larger hand burst forth from the ground, kind of around you guys, and slam onto the surface of the ground. And then a big old kind of cannon kind of thing just kind of comes out and hits the ground, and a form that seems almost humanoid but kind of not still
Yeah.
lifts itself from the ground with you kind of still on top of
I
it.
don't like that.
How big is this thing?
It's probably about 70 feet tall.
Oh my gosh! This is like a Titan to a Titan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And this
gosh.
just
Oh,
building
crap.
of a form just stands up amidst the
Wow, we're not
the whole
gonna
battle
win
and
this
kind of like
battle.
shakes itself
Sure
off.
we are.
I've already done quite a bit of damage to this dude.
Yeah, he's like twice as big as you.
You?
Yeah. So
Yo. what was that?
I
and
don't know, man. I'm
not
just making
even
them as I go.
not even minding that you're on its back, it levels its giant gun hand.
No.
And kind of like uses its other monstrous hand to kind of balance it and spreads and kind of you see it kind of like assume a stance and then blasts into the Erden line and actually even leaves a trail in the earth.
Wouldn't he hit some of his people too?
Yeah. Well, you guys are pretty firmly in the Erden lines. Like you kept flying him back the other direction.
Yeah.
Remember that? So that brings us to Relnor flailing about on his scorpion.
I'm going to
Ride that
take
scorpion,
off
son.
my father's blue navy jacket that I'm
Whoa,
wearing.
Okay.
Um,
That's pretty much metalless at this point, right?
I don't need it anymore. It's metal. It
Doesn't have any-
It's
does-
demetalled.
You don't. It's just your dad's jacket. Yeah.
Sentimentality.
That you got from your kind of
Father
also
figure.
father
Oh, we
figure.
know he doesn't care. He dropped his other crossbow off like a tree.
He got it back.
He was getting slammed with a shield, barely standing
It
on
was
it.
by a bug.
The funny thing is that I was all ready to go this time, and now my turn's taking forever because you guys
Ricky,
are talking.
Ricky.
Okay. I blame Ricky.
All right, go ahead.
So I take off my father's blue navy jacket, and I'm going to, with one hand, hold it over the eyes of the scorpion
okay.
to try to calm it down.
Yeah.
And with my other hand, I'm going to reach down and I'm going to pull the bolt out of it that I shot it with,
Okay. Okay.
He can
Cool.
like you now.
and try to get it to calm down and
Roll
start
me
following
an animal
my-
handling with advantage.
It's like the
Because
tiger.
blue is not red.
It's like the tiger with a thorn in his paw, right? That we're going for.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, that's
an
pretty good.
18
You handle that animal.
Yeah,
and
you
a
go
4.
with the first
I'm
one.
going to go with the 18.
Okay.
Wise decision.
So when you put your coat over the scorpion's eyes, it stops clamping its claws and just kind of starts like kind of moving around a little bit, kind of uncertain.
Yeah, it's dark.
And then
It's dark.
You grab the
Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
you grab the bolt that you kind of shot into its neck.
Yep.
And it kind of screams a little bit, and you can see some of the claws kind of trying to snap towards you, but you're able to kind of avoid them and then yank it out. It pauses and kind of drops to the ground for a minute,
Okay.
and then it stands back up and is totally calm.
Perfect.
Woo!
And you have control. And I'm going to let you do one round with the scorpion now.
Oh gosh.
And I happen to have right here the scorpion.
I've got it right here too.
You already pulled him up.
Yep.
I knew you would have. I should have known that.
Oh.
Boy, I am
Use that
gonna
tail, son.
I'm gonna multi-attack the nearest group of orcs.
Okay, go for
I
it.
want that battle line pushing back
And
against
I'm
them.
going to say that the nearest group is probably the ironclad that are just getting on top of you guys.
All
Okay,
right.
perfect.
Take him out.
Nature versus nurture. Am I right?
So
Wait,
claw.
what?
What?
What the heck?
You talking about the scorpion?
Am I?
See your reactions.
Am I right though?
Like you both said, what? What?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Nature versus nurture, but
First
why?
claw was a critical. The first claw was a critical fail.
Okay, the first claw was a
I don't know if
critical
that
fail.
matters. Does that?
You pitch
Snap
up the other
it
hand.
does
for,
matter.
for beasts. Does it matter?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and keep rolling.
Does it matter?
I've never been a beast before, so I don't
Well,
know.
you're not a beast.
It's 12 to hit.
Okay,
Does that second claw miss? The 12 to hit.
it does.
Okay. So in the sting.
Super miss. Than
Should have picked a
regular
different
miss.
scorpion.
Well, this guy got hurt.
Or it should have picked a different
Doesn't mean
rider.
he's stupid.
21
Run.
There you go.
to hit
With the tail.
with the sting. Yep.
Okay, so
3 piercing damage and 25 poison damage.
okay.
Sheesh.
So you
That's another
you
poison.
you immediately turn. You get control of the scorpion just as the armored orc forces start kind of pushing into your lines, and your street servers are having a hard time dealing with them. But you're able to control it right then. It starts kind of clamping at these iron armor orcs, and its first clamp cuts into the lines, and several orc axes just lob it off. And
Well, now I'm sad.
and then
That was a crit fail right there.
and then
my
it
friend.
kind of screeches and then clamps out with its other one, but doesn't hit anything. But then the orc that lobbed off the first claw
Oh, he's
Yep.
gonna get his.
gets smashed with this what is it, stinger? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? That pierces through the iron armor and just shoves it onto the ground. And so you're still kind of in control, but you're in kind of a touchy place. The scorpion is still kind of having to back up with this just pressing forward heavy line of orcs.
Okay.
Winnie,
Yep.
take us home this episode. What are you and the 15 well orcs gonna do?
How far are we from Relnor?
We're getting real close to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You saw it all just happen.
You saw what he just did. Yeah.
All right. I am going to yell to Relnor. Relnor, raise your crossbow.
I will raise my crossbow.
Without question, without having seen Winnie,
I heard
for,
her voice.
like I think weeks actually. He raises his crossbow to the sky. What happens?
I reach out and touch it,
Okay.
and I cast magic weapon.
Oh, and what does that do?
Until the spell ends, that weapon becomes a magic weapon with a
That's good.
+1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Do you feel cool?
Does it
now,
still do
Aaron?
physical damage?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna do it.
And at that point, the chanting stops within the armored orcs, and
Is this good or bad?
The fell titan lets out just a massive roar.
Bad.
Yeah, it hurts my ears
Okay,
and
it's bad.
that
that I don't have.
is where we're gonna end this episode. So
I want to
we-
blast more things.
Oh, we will.
Can I have more spirit points? I'd like
It's
to take
tough.
a long rest in between episodes.
It's tough, but yeah, thanks everybody for listening. This is super exciting.
Dude.
I love that we're like just in it now. It
Yeah,
feels
man.
really
Oh,
intense.
we are in it.
So we're gonna
I
have.
am on his head.
I'm really excited to discuss with you guys what you're feeling and thinking in the post show that we'll record after this, that you can actually have access to by becoming a Patreon member. So one of our patrons at patreon.com/the Titan Pod.
.com.
And if you enjoyed
.com.
if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love if you'd give us 5-star review on iTunes or wherever you listen to
Tell
the
us
Titan,
what you enjoyed.
Titans of Volterra. Yeah, and tell us what you're enjoying about the show. We'd love to hear
And
it.
tell us who's your favorite character out of Joan, Winnie, and Dolphin.
And why is it Dolphin?
And why is it Relnor?
Also, I know I'll have made a plug for the intro of the episode about this, but we are ramping up towards the Kickstarter in July. And
For the World Book.
for the World Book, and I have put out forms that I would love for as many listeners as possible to fill out to help me learn about what you guys are hoping to see in the World Book itself and what you kind of rewards you would like to see on Kickstarter.
I filled mine out. I learned that MM means Monster Manual.
Yeah, so it does. Yes.
Hey, look, when
so-
you don't DM, you don't have to.
I
know
thought it
these
was
things.
Candy.
Anyway, if you can, I would love for you to fill that form out. I'd love to know about what you want to see in the World Book and on the Kickstarter for some of those rewards. So we'll start releasing little bits of what the World Book looks like soon. We've got Jen making some awesome art. She did a Titan art
Oh, we got a sneak peek.
that I
It's
cannot
pretty
wait
sick.
to share. We have the Goat Golem art that I'm really excited
Also,
to share.
also super sick.
Tons of really fun stuff. So if you can, fill out that form. There'll be a link in the description of this episode, and I'll make sure that
Can they fill it out without being a patron?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good.
I want
Okay, cool.
I want as many listeners
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah, no, I'm glad.
Even
to-
if you
to
don't
fill it
think
out.
you'll buy the world book, your
Your input is
still
greatly
valuable.
appreciated.
Yes, 100%.
Yes,
so
yes.
thanks again, everybody, for listening. Legitimately, listening is the best thing you could do for our show.
Right
We
next
just
to
love
money.
having you with us every single week.
Laughter first.
So, as always, for the Titans of Altera, I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan.
Dalvin,
Winnie.
Scorpion Commander Relnor.
Okay.
always attempting to be clever, Relnor.